going to have a look at a couple of new DVD releases. We're also going to have a look at Eli Roth's Hostel 2, which is in theaters, as well as some films that you'll be seeing in the not-too-distant future at theaters all over the country. Starting off right now, we have a brand new release from Trinity Entertainment, Kill House. This is a very clever, dark, and twisted comedy that involves a series of murders in the San Francisco realty market. Not what you'd expect from your standard hack-and-slash film. This film actually has a clever little series of twists to it, and is refreshingly original. Make sure you check that out. Also coming from Fox Entertainment is one of my little happier comic moments of the year, Reno 911, Assignment Miami Beach. The Comedy Central cops kick it off on the big screen as they find out due to a chemical weapons attack they are actually the only law enforcement available in the city of Miami. Faced with their severe lack of training, their usual comic hijinks, and their general interpersonal politics, which always makes the show such a hit on Comedy Central, the R-rated version of the popular TV series has all the laughs that you've come to expect from the show and more. Do check it out. And now on to some upcoming films that you'll be seeing in the not-too-distant future. First off is Alien vs. Predator 2, which is due to hit theaters this December. This will be a very hard R-rated version of the popular franchise, not like the Paul Anderson version we saw last time that was toned down to PG-13. Film was shot up in and around Vancouver, British Columbia, and is said to deal with what happens when the alien and the predators interact with each other in the violent, bloody conflict that they're known for in a major urban setting. Film was thought to be called Survival of the Fittest, but we've now heard rumors that the title is indeed going to be changed and will be called No Peace on Earth. Alien vs. Predator, No Peace on Earth. The film is going to get its first look at Comic-Con soon, and we will shortly see the extended trailer soon after that. Look for that, as I said, right now, planning in December. A little bit of disturbing news came out from the Lucas film camp, and that was that Sean Connery has decided to stay retired rather than appear in the upcoming Indiana Jones 4 film that the rumored title is Indiana Jones and the City of the Gods. One thing we do know for sure is that there was a press release, which is available on our site, where Sean talks about his blessings for the project and was honored to be thought of to be included in the film, but has declined to stay in retirement. Look for this film, set to debut next May 2008, and filming is set to begin momentarily. There was a recent casting call for extras in New England for a scene that is rumored to feature a wild motorcycle chase through the streets. Indiana Jones, of course, again played by Harrison Ford. Shia LaBeouf is on board, rumored to be his son, and of course there are rumors that Karen Allen, who played Marion Ravenwood in the classic original, will return. So do check that out. It's said to be one of the biggest films of next summer. Certainly one of the most sought-after sequels in history. And wrapping up our movie coverage, we have I Am Legend, the new Will Smith action film, which is actually a remake of Omega Man. It's set now to debut in December. We have the first trailers on board the site at sknr.net. You can see those on the main page under the recent news. The film was originally considered to be an Arnold Schwarzenegger vehicle about 7 to 8 years ago, but producers balked at the rumored $120 million budget. While funny as time flies, the film now has a budget pushing $200 million and is said to detail the last surviving member on Earth who attempts to survive a ravaging band of mutants brought on by a virus. Check that out, Will Smith, I Am Legend. And another interesting bit of movie news, NCSoft's classic game City of Heroes and City of Villains are now rumored to be looked at to be the next big screen vehicles. There are a production company currently in talks to bring the popular massive online game series to the big screen. Stay tuned, we will have some more information on this as it develops. Wanted to round out this week's thing with something a little different. Bringing new to the video logs here, we're going to try to actually do a film review rather than a DVD review. And one of the reasons for this is the film did not screen in our local market, and due to time constraints, we're going to definitely make sure we cover this. And I'm speaking about Eli Roth's Hostel 2. This is the follow-up to his hugely successful film about a group of backpackers caught in a hostel in Slovakia, where they end up being victims in a very elaborate scheme to basically be victims who are tortured to death by wealthy individuals. The sequel picks up where the last film left off, detailing the outcome of the survivor of the original film, and then it goes on to follow 3 students, female, who are taking a train trip over to Prague. They end up in a new hostel, and before long they find themselves the subject of an all-out bidding war amongst some very corrupt and twisted individuals who want nothing more than to torture these young ladies to death. The film is extremely gruesome, very graphic, a lot of disturbing images, and a twist ending that definitely people will be talking about for its incredible carnage and brutality. Film wavers a bit from the original in that you do not care for the characters as much as you did in the first. That being said, though, Eli Roth is to be commended because while the film does have some plot holes, it does have a real lack of tension in some parts. His gift for disturbing imagery, as well as taking the horror field in a whole new genre. This is unlike any other film that had been done. Nobody makes a film like him. He's very clever with taking things that have been usual staples that have been done to death, the boogeyman, the masked stalker, the evil spirits and that, and he explores the dangers, depths, and dementia of traditional human beings. This was originally seen in his breakout film Cabin Fever, and it continues to this day. Now, the film is open now, it is in theaters, and I would recommend checking it out if you were a fan of the original, but remember, this is a gruesome film, so if you're easily squeamish, this may not be the film for you, and you may want to wait for the DVD version where you can pause and take a break if it gets to be too much for you, because there were certainly people in the audience who had to get up and leave the theater a couple of times because some of the scenes got a little too much for them. Do check that out. And next week, stay tuned, we will have an on-camera look at Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, which we're going to screen next week, as well as some brand new news on DVDs as well as recent Hollywood news. Thank you so much, and I look forward to talking to you soon.